If you're seeing this video, it's likely because you're sensing that something is changing in the world. Something is changing within you. It may feel like there's something old that's ending, but the new hasn't formed just yet. You may feel a sense of empowerment at some moments, clarity that you may have never experienced before, and maybe some moments you feel the complete opposite, like you're lost in the fog, like things don't really make sense, or things are not what they used to be, or not what they seemed to be. This is going to be a message to help and support you in this time, because I'm seeing it and witnessing it with my own eyes. I've noticed that many things in the world over the last 5 years or so have been slowly moving towards this moment. And if we go back even further, I believe that this has been happening for a long, long time. For me personally, over the last year, and specifically over the last 3 months, I have taken a big break from technology. I've been outside more, spending more time in nature, with family, with animals, reading, and deleting all social media apps from my phone, and really just kind of battling with this inner dialogue of, do I even want to be online? For context, I've had a business for the last 5 years that has run solely online. So it's all based on social media, at least to some degree. It's almost like we've been living inside of this bubble that is not reality. It's inside of this world that was created, and it's consumed us, many people, me included, for some time. This time away from technology has helped me tap into more of my intuitive sense. What I'm seeing is that there's something changing and collapsing. Now, this is not to fearmonger. I am not here to spread more fear. There is enough of that in the world. This has the intention to be a positive message, because this is a calling forward for everybody. I want to share what I'm really feeling for all of us as a collective, as we come together and really make the changes necessary to flourish in this world, and to let go of the old that has been a part of our lives for a long time. So let's get into what some of this really means, because that can sound a bit abstract. Probably around the years of 2012, 2013, 2014, around this time, I had my first spiritual awakening, where I started to see through the illusions of things like Hollywood, the entertainment industry, and different narratives that were kind of being pushed. Now, at that time, I wasn't surrounded by anybody who could support that, and I felt crazy a lot of the time. I went down these rabbit holes of conspiracy theories, and then as I went throughout the last number of years, and 2020 was a big year of this as well, all of these conspiracies started to come true. Now, this is not a video on conspiracy theories and whether they're true or not. Over time, I've noticed within myself and others that there's been more and more awakenings happening. There's been more people realizing that something is not right, that we are oftentimes being controlled and being distracted from the true source of light within our own selves. 2020 was a big year of awakening for many people. The lockdowns, the being stuck in your home. But what else was a bigger thing around this was what that kind of led to up to the present day over the last 5 or 6 years or so. We are now at a time where not only is more of humanity waking up, but more people are questioning, what am I really a part of? And this can feel very disorientating, because maybe you're questioning your work. Maybe you're questioning your role within society. Maybe you're looking around at people and you're seeing how disconnected people are, and you feel like the odd one out. You feel like an outsider. And this has been a big part of my life as well for many years. Maybe you're looking around and seeing the poisoning of our food, the people out there who are not really here for our highest good, but really just for our entertainment, to distract us and pull our attention away. And all of it is stored in this little device that we carry around with us religiously, that we did not really consent to at the end of the day. What I've been feeling is that there's a shift happening in the world, and this shift is calling us forward, because these awakenings, you could call them, these just moments of clarity, whatever you refer to it as, it doesn't always have to be spiritual, but it really is under the surface. This call forward is a call to walk our own unique path. Now, what does that really mean? Well, I've been revisiting some books since coming back to the countryside, and one of the books I've been revisiting is this book here, The Alchemist, The Alchemist is a book I read many years ago and reread recently. In this book, I'm not going to give it away because I would recommend to definitely read it if you haven't, or reread it if you haven't checked it out in a while. It's a beautiful book, beautiful story, really inspiring. And it's all about following your dreams, following your personal legend, following your heart. And this is what I feel we all collectively need to connect to more within our own individual self so that we can contribute to something that happens greater in this world. There's something about the work that we do or the mission that we go on or the adventure that we go on that deeply connects us to the world, because we start to notice the synchronicities or the different things that pop up, the characters that pop up in our story. We start to walk our own path. When I started to walk my own path back in 2020, I started my own business and went down this rabbit hole of making money online.
Starting your own business, doing things for yourself, figuring out a different way. It was very overwhelming, but I knew it was exactly what I wanted to do.
My core desire was freedom, sovereignty. I don't want to go and work this job. I feel like that's not for me. I want to go and I want to do something that brings me enjoyment. I want to have more capacity to earn bigger, whatever the case was, and travel the world was my big thing. So over the last 5 or 6 years, really the last 5 years, I've done that. And my business has evolved over time, but that took me to take the route that nobody else was going. Everybody I was in college with, everybody I had around me, family, told me I was going on the wrong path, but I had a feeling in the sense within that something is there to pull me forward. Something is unfolding before me, and it's up to me to move toward this with the level of certainty that I had, which was not much. I'm not a religious person. Spiritual is something I would resonate more with, but I see the connections and the threads in all religions. But at that time, I was still really uncovering what it means to be a man of faith. So this path brought me on that journey to understand what that means and embody it. This book helped me revisit some of the core aspects of what we're truly here to do, which is follow our personal legend, which is the term that is used in the book. When we do that, the universe, the world, God conspires to work with you. And in these times of uncertainty, when we don't really know what's happening, things feel confusing, we look around and we don't really relate to a lot of people around us, or maybe there's just something that feels off and we don't know what that is. It's time to come back into our heart. It's time to look within and to find out what is our personal legend. Without that, we can feel very disconnected. I know for me personally, and I know this is not the case for everybody, but for me, my work is the thing that gives me deep fulfillment and joy, and it allows me to stay connected to myself and to the world and to service when the world feels crazy, when we're being distracted and pulled away from that. Bringing that back, it almost like it invigorates the soul. It empowers you. And there's a beautiful line in this book that I'll paraphrase here, but it's like the universe and the soul of the world feels happy and thrives on your happiness. And what is the core thing? One of the core things, at least, that bring us that happiness? Well, it's the work that we do. And it's not always related to work. It's not always related to building a business. It's not always related to, the typical form of content creation that you may see now. A personal legend or a mission may be something different entirely for you. It's up to you, because you're the only one who will know what that truly means for you. But this, I believe, is the thing that's going to anchor us and ground us in these uncertain times where we're losing trust in old-fashioned traditional education systems. People are without jobs. People are questioning that entire journey, that process. And even me, I went through the college system, and at the end of it, I got to the point where I was looking around at the lectures of the people who were supporting me, and there was some amazing people along that journey, and I'm not here discrediting anybody, but I looked around and I saw that these people were not fulfilled. These people were teaching things that they did not live, and that felt wrong to me. So walking my own path was part of me discovering what truly means to apply education and to learn through embodiment and experiencing the world, rather than just a book and then going into a job where you're a number and you're not treated fairly and you're not treated with compassion and love, because we are here for something so much greater than that. It is worth the time to know yourself so deeply that you can't help but see that your path is just for you. And when you see that, it removes all of the distractions around you just as a byproduct of that, because you know where your focus lies. That's the thing carrying you forward, the pull forward. It's there for you and for you only. So as we see the collapse of these different systems, it is up to us to rebuild something new. But this does not mean we go off and we try to save the world. We start with ourselves. We start with doing the work within to let go of the illusion of fear, to come back to the divine essence within ourselves, to connect with something bigger than ourselves and to find out what our personal mission in this world is and live it. That is our contribution. And think about that. If every single person does that, the world changes as a byproduct. We live in a world where systems are here to support us, not control us. We live in a world where everybody is in a world where it's mutually beneficial, not all going to one source. We live in a world that is connected because we're here supporting one another, not here to be in competition with each other. When we come back to the true essence within our heart, you can call it your soul, God, whatever you believe in, it is all welcome. Coming back to that is what allows you to tap into what you are meant to truly do and be here, and you will be supported in that endeavor. And I can say that because I've lived it myself. The amount of times I went through these experiences where there was no way for me to turn back because I'd gone too far into my journey and I was not sure of the path forward. Challenges and tests were all around me. Financial struggles, my bank account hitting zero, moving around to different countries and not having a home, building my business and looking at how do I do this, how do I learn these skills, how do I help more people, and getting to the moments where I was at rock bottom. But always, in everything that I did, I was supported, whether it was through people, whether it was through random resources coming through, or whether it was through real abundance that was coming in through the business because it was in momentum. I experienced the highs and lows of all of it, but I was always supported. It just took me a long time to realize that. When I look back in hindsight, all of these experiences helped me develop faith and certainty beyond my logical mind. Because when we're in our mind, we're in our head, we're looking for certainty outside of ourselves. We're looking for systems, we're looking for gurus, we're looking for people to tell us what the answer is. But the answer is within you. The answer is within you, but can you get still enough to find that and allow that to be your guiding light? To not need 10 steps, but to know the next step, and to know that you always have exactly what you need to move forward. You are never left in the dark. You are never left to struggle by yourself, even though sometimes it may feel like that. And I've been there, and I know how hard that can be. And I know how that can feel. You feel alone, you can feel isolated, you can feel like you've just been pushed to the side. But that is where we get tested the most with our certainty. Can we have certainty in those times to move forward with something more meaningful? To find the spark of light in the dark room, because once we illuminate that and we turn on that light, the darkness goes away. The struggle goes away. It's like the story of David and Goliath. Goliath is like our mind. It's the illusion of fear. We have the power within to defeat Goliath, to conquer our mind, not to destroy it or disown it or suppress it or try to run away from it, but to bring it in so that it supports us, because we start to understand that we are bigger than the mind, that we are part of an infinite field of consciousness that is here supporting us, that we have the answers, and that we know and we trust that there is something more beautiful unfolding than what appears to be around us. Fear is an illusion, and the more you walk your path of finding your personal legend and walking that, the more you dissolve fear. You let it go, and at some point throughout the journey you arrive where fear is just simply something that you can laugh with. Not to remove, but just to see how it's helping you grow, to see how it's helping you walk this path with deeper certainty, to serve others, to serve humanity, and to serve yourself, to create the life of your dreams, because your desires are your right. You wouldn't have these desires if they weren't meant for you. My desires are going to be different to yours. My desires are going to be planted along this path to get me to move forward. It's like a direction, a thing that pulls you forward. Yours are going to be the same way. So the desires that we have for freedom, for love, for expression, for wealth, for abundance, for support, all of these things, they are here and they are divine right. We just have to trust that when we follow those, we will be supported. But that only comes from taking the leap. So if there's one thing that we can all do, it's to bring ourselves back into alignment with our heart, with what that purpose is for ourselves. And even if we don't have all of the answers, I will guarantee that you have the next step. You have an idea of what it could be. The light is always there. It's shining somewhere. We just have to find it, get quiet enough, get still enough to notice it. But when we do, we start to zoom out of what is happening in the world right now. We see through the distraction. We come back to our true essence and we follow the path within. That is what I'm personally doing myself right now as well. The last couple of months have been realigning for me, bringing myself back into what is this next chapter unfolding, because this next chapter is not going to be the same as the last number of years. We are rebuilding something new. All of us. There is a call for you to step into a greater level of leadership, whether that's for the people around you, whether it's for clients in your business, whether it's just for your community, your local community. We can support in a greater way. This is about bringing power back into the people's hands. This is about us creating unity in a world that has just been so obsessed with separating us, with opposing beliefs. Opposing beliefs are simply just an illusion to separate us from each other, to fight in the Instagram comments, to fight in the YouTube comments, to have different opposing beliefs because there's one right and one wrong, and that is false. All ideas are part of the unified field and they are all welcome. There is no separation. But when we believe that there is separation because we want to be right so someone else can be wrong, we want to be superior because someone else is then an inferior, that is all an illusion. And that is what keeps us in the very system that is here to control us. But what we can come back to is that you have a purpose, I have a purpose, and when we all come together and do that with the highest good in mind, following the thread of our desires to fulfill our own personal dream life, that collectively creates a unified field where we work in harmony. That's how we create a beautiful world. I'm going to have more videos coming out about how we can do this, different aspects of what I'm going to be sharing, of what I believe to be my purpose in all of this as well, which is the core of my work. A lot of it is around education. It's what I've been doing for the last number of years. I support people one-to-one, and I also do a lot of educational programs and things, which is going to start growing and growing more over the next couple of years. This is an exciting time. Don't buy into the illusion of fear. Don't think that there's something terrible happening in the world. Trust deeply that all of this is a blessing in disguise, because it is. Chaos is just things that are rearranging within us when we feel chaos within, and within the world at large. When chaos is emerging and flowing, there's something beautiful being born, but we have to trust that, especially when it feels uncertain and it doesn't look the way we would like it to look. The invitation for all of us right now is to come back to trusting ourselves deeper instead of looking for something outside of ourselves. And we would not be in this position if we were not able to handle it. You are well equipped to be able to conquer anything that shows up on your path.